All right, we're back in some Monster Hunter action, and today we're going to be trying out the SWAXE. Weapon I haven't used since Monster Hunter Try. SWAXE was very powerful in that game, especially on was it Jin Moran, the basically like the event monster that they had, the big old, Lao Shan Long type monster. Very good at breaking parts and just doing, solid damage to a big, slow monster. And also in Generations Ultimate, very good against Narcarcos. Very good against the Kraken-like monster as well. But ever since, I've been away from the SWAXE for a while. But in today's video, we're going to try to learn the SWAXE. I've been practicing a bit and trying out different sets, different builds, to see if we can land that nice SWAXE build, that nice template that we can carry over in anything. So I guess before we get started, we can go over the build. I am rocking defense boost 6, water attack 5, attack boost 3, crit boost 3, weakness exploit 3, crit element 3, master's touch 3, because the sharpness on SWAXE, it goes away very fast. Handicraft 3, boosted sharpness. Ammo up is fixed in a set. Rapid morph, because we're going to be switching between axe and sword mode a lot. Blood right, since SWAXE doesn't have the best defense or hardly any defensive options, I figured I'd go with blood right just so we could have some health recovery, because we're probably going to be taking a lot of hits that we don't want to take. So blood right helps us out. SWAXE breaks parts pretty fast, so I feel blood right will be a good fit. Furious ties in with dragon conversion. We're using an elemental SWAXE, so Furious, dragon conversion, gotta have those. Bloodlust helps with strife, helps us boost our element, as well as when we beat the Bloodlust, we get affinity bonus afterwards. Frenzy Bloodlust, once we beat the Bloodlust, or the Frenzy in particular, we get an extra wire bug, which helps us out because we're trying to pull off that devastating counter that does, very good damage, and that's what we want. We want big damage. Heroics, that's fixing the talisman I have, so we have that. Crucial Blessing boosts the water damage on the SWAXE that we're currently using, plus 10%. Element exploit, to exploit the element that monsters are weak to by 10%. Intrepid Heart, because if we can get Intrepid Heart in our sets, we're going to put Intrepid Heart in our sets. When the gauge is full, we can bypass an attack and just keep on ticking, and it also deters a lot of damage as well. So we take a hit, we won't take as much damage, and we basically, ignore being knocked back or interrupted or anything like that. And Wind Mantle, I had Powder Mantle on the piece. In this piece of armor, I had Powder Mantle, but I went with Wind Mantle. I switched it to Wind Mantle just because I would like to get wire bugs to recover faster. I would love Wind Mantle 3, but I'm going to try +1. I'm going to try level 1, just to see if it'll help me recover wire bugs for the counter, and see if we can, kind of counter spam, the monsters, because the counter does do a lot of damage, and that's what we want out of our weapon. So, rocking Primordial Helm, that gives us blood right, and the rest is all virtue armor pieces from Risen Shigeru Magala. So let's eat, and I figure we're gonna test this out and learn some SWAXE with my favorite test dummy, or at least one of them. I'm not gonna go to Afflicted just yet because we're still learning, but I figured, we fight against a formidable foe, a monster people don't really like. I kind of like it. I kind of got negative feedback when I said people should practice a charge blade with, or against the Magmadron, but people thought I was crazy. But people also thought I was crazy with Powder Mantle, and that trended pretty well. So I guess my crazy theories aren't so crazy. Yes, kind of top off our stamina a little bit. Now, what I usually like to do when I get to the monster, I like to use the counter move.
There it is.
And that usually gets us full gauge. There we go. I love doing that.
It's all over for you.
Oh, that works. I forgot I switched I switched my my thingy, my red and blue, so all right, can we load it up? All right. Oh, that sucked. There we go. It looks like Wind Mantle is working pretty well, though. What are we doing? Here we go.
Get ready. Another job.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. See, as you can see, you know, the Switch Axe and me kind of clicking. I love the counter style. Looks like Wind Mantle is very good. It's a very good fit in what I was trying to do. The counter, the wire bugs recover fast, and the Wind Mantle helps it recover even faster. So when I need the counter, I have a counter available. And then on top of that, having Frenzied Bloodlust, where we get another wire bug on top of that really helps, you know, keep you alive and keep your damage flowing, which is what you want to do with the Switch Axe from me practicing and seeing what's available. It took a while. It was kind of frustrating at first, just trying to figure out the rotation and, you know, what I was supposed to do. I knew I had to get amp gauge and try to keep the sword gauge high so I can stay in sword mode and get a lot of damage off. But on top of that, a lot of the big chunky damage comes from the counter. So I'm like, okay, how do I get the counter to keep proccing because that's basically my defensive option is the counter. So I have to find a way to keep that going while at the same time dishing out, you know, damage. So having that is a fantastic. The counter, it seems like it has some good iframes as well, because when the Magnetron's ultimate landed, I was able to counter, and the follow-up blast didn't affect us. So I'm really loving that. I want to test it out, or I'm going to test it out on other monsters, but you know, this is like the intro to us learning and trying to master the Switch Axe and Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So let me know what you think in the comments. What tips do you have? What build would you suggest? What armor are you using to, you know, maximize the damage potential and have the perfect balance for the Switch Axe? Let me know, you know, your thoughts in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative. Thank you for watching. As always, do the proper thing. Like, share, subscribe. Tune into the next episodes, and I will see you then. Peace.